You know you haven't reviewed anything in the last 2 weeks.
I know.
And we should probably get back on track.
Don't wanna. Adrian's just too hot.
In that case, why don't you just review Little Nicky?
I already did that on my talk show. Besides, it'd be repetitive if I did.
Alright, fine.
What's this?
An Adrian fanfic.
People write this? I thought I was the only one.
Are you going to review it or what?
Why, is it bad?
Yes.
Well, let me read it first. Oh, dear God.
Oh, don't you mean, oh, Satan?
Yeah, it is that bad. Okay, so manager sent me this fanfiction that is worth reviewing. However, due to its very long length, it won't be in a podcast like What the Fanfiction. Instead, I call the segment Don't the Fandom, where I find really long fanfiction and somehow review it. Here's the difference between both segments. In the podcast, I will read the story word by word, paragraph by paragraph. In here, I will read some of the story while summarizing the rest. I call this segment Don't the Fandom because I will attempt to thoroughly give you a summary of the fandom and its boundaries and rules. Apparently, Little Nicky's the only Sandler fan with a fan base, and I can see why. It's basically the Sandler equivalent to Twilight. However, it's not a romance, and goes through the comedy route, which makes it not as popular as Twilight since it's a comedy that wasn't even that great. Here's why I say this is Little Nicky like Twilight. Instead of vampires, this one deals with angels, devils, and humans. Not only that, this is the only movie that doesn't follow the common Sandler structure that will relate to the everyday young man. Movies such as The Wedding Singer or Grown Ups. This is the only Sandler film with fanfiction boundaries. Now, you could argue Click and Bedtime Stories had somewhat of a fantasy plot, but really, that argument is invalid, because there's still no rules to those fandoms, other than the Click remote or Skeeter's ability to predict the future through stories. It relates to the everyday human being, so it's hard to have a fan base off of it. So Little Nicky tries to step away from that kind of point of view. And the other reason this movie has a fan base is because... No, not that. Yeah, that's the reason. Not too many people like this movie because of Sandler's character as Nicky, but instead they find the Adrian a more interesting character. Now, for those who didn't see the movie, or if you need a refresher, let me explain what the fandom is. This isn't a review of the movie. If you want a review of the movie, go to Sandler Hell Part 2 in my podcast library. But for now, I'm just explaining the fandom as a whole. However, if you haven't seen the movie and really want to see it, this is a synopsis and review will have lots of spoilers. So watch the movie first and come back here when you're done rolling your eyes at this movie. The story's about the kingdom of hell. Satan wants to give up the throne to one of his 3 sons because he's getting rather old. There's Cassius the Brawn, Adrian the Brain, and Nicky the Good-Hearted. Even though he's the devil. Nicky is the son of Satan, but his mother is also an angel who we see at the end of the movie. However, Satan is kind of a ladies' man, which is why they are not together. Adrian and Cassius are Nicky's older brothers from another mother, so that means they are full-bred devils. However, Satan believes that his sons are not ready to take on the throne. Adrian and Cassius, the older brothers, decide that they want the throne really badly and go to Earth to steal souls to create a new hell to live on. So he sends Nicky to go after them, and his job is to find Adrian and Cassius and put them in a flask and return to hell. If he succeeds, that means he can have the throne. If he doesn't, everyone is doomed and his father is no more. But it isn't considered dead because he's already dead. However, when Nicky is thrown into a death situation, such as being hit by a train, he is sent back to hell but can still return to Earth. The story mainly focuses on Nicky's life on Earth and tries to fit in with the humans. He has to stay in New York City with a roommate. Now, the difference between a devil and a human is devils really like the heat. Not your everyday summer in New York temperature, but fire temperature. So all devils come to Earth wearing winter coats no matter how hot it is. Nikki successfully captures Cassius in the middle of the film, but is still on the hunt for Adrian. Nikki falls in love with a human girl named Valerie and tells her that he is the son of the devil and must protect Earth from becoming a new hell. He also has a few other allies, such as Beefy, his doggy companion, his roommate, and 2 stoners. They help him during the fight for hell. In the end of the movie, Nikki defeats Adrian by turning into Ozzy Osbourne, while Adrian is in bat form, and Nikki captures him in his mouth. Ew. And then in the flask. However, Nikki still loves Valerie, so Satan gives him permission to live on Earth. This fanfiction I found is called Adrian's Return, which takes place obviously after the movie, but for very stupid reasons. And it's about if Adrian was released from the flask.
No, duh. I thought it was about Adrian if he was a backup singer for NSYNC while working as a chicken farmer.
It's rated M with a few OCs and really messes with the fandom.